Dum da dum dum dum. And we do definitely have the Halloweenish LED flicker going on here. Oh, now it just stopped, but it may come on and off. Yeah, like a fire. There you go. That's a nice way to look at it. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah.
Right up front. Don't be shy. Come on up.
Well, some people are taking those seats already. They're just getting food, so yeah. I know it. I know people don't want to be too close because we're like, droplets.
Oh, no.
I don't blame them. Yeah, I don't blame them. So, will the madness never end? So, are you going to tell us when we go live? Is that
2 minutes?
2 minutes? Okay.
We have to be precise because it's being live streamed. So yeah.
Yeah. So if you don't know somebody who can't be here tonight, give them a quick, thing. And
Yeah. If you know anybody who'd like to be here but can't or was afraid of COVID
Yeah.
or all those things, you can go to where do they go?
Well, there's a link.
There's
Well,
a link
it's at
on
the
the
Vanilla Bean.
on
but
the Vanilla Bean
yeah,
website.
Yeah, to
link.
live stream. And it's
in the calendar section.
In the calendar section.
So please Facebook your friends or send them a quick message.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. It's exciting, isn't it? We're here and we're not here. So yeah. So this is we're everywhere. This is like the hybrid that's come out of our last. I just call it 10 years now. It's just the last 10 years.
Yeah.
That's what I call it. It's like
Well, we did our song swap. We have a monthly song swap that used to happen here before COVID, every second Friday, and we had it a couple weeks ago, right here, but also with a computer on, and so we streamed to people who. Oops.
What's that?
1 minute.
I'll be quiet.
Oh, 1 minute. All righty. Yeah. I know, that's the way time works, isn't it, Paul? Yeah, right. By the time I get done with the sentence. Yeah, I know. In radio time, you know how long a minute can be. Yeah. So. Yeah. Yeah, and because we'll get our guitars on for, so that kind of thing.
Oh, more masks if anybody would like a mask. 15 seconds, oh no. You have 15 seconds to get a mask. 10. Oh.
Look at him, he's got his finger in the air, checking the wind.
I believe it's time.
Are we there? Whoa, we are
On.
We are on. We are live streaming, and we are.
Welcome to the live streamers. Welcome to you here at the Vanilla Bean. Let's show them that you're here. Yay.
It's very emotional still to
is.
be in a room with humans. I haven't.
And we have
gotten used
humans
to it
walking
yet.
down the aisle, coming to the front row.
Coming
It's
up,
quite all right.
coming
We
up
get
closer,
to talk about
no,
you.
they're coming closer.
Yeah.
So this is an ongoing tradition. For those of you who are new here or on live stream, Sally and I have been doing an autumnal equinox concert at the Bean for several years. We did a remote one during COVID. And but it's really nice to be back in person. And so we like to start with this song written by our friend Charlie McGuire. But I'm going to just precede it because we are all of a certain age in this room, pretty much, with a couple of exceptions. And it's a wonderful line of poetry from John Donne, who wrote the most beautiful love poetry. And he said, John Donne said, "No spring nor summer beauty hath such grace as I have seen in one autumnal face."
When the cows no longer care to go out to their pastures far or near, but stand close in the last warm sun, around the place I'll know that fall is here. And when the corn goes into dent, across the fields like old men appears, and we pick it and store it all away. Around the place I know that fall is here. And when the limbs of the apple and the pear
lean down with their fruit so near, and the children go a-gathering around the place. I know that fall is here. And when the hunters come from town, seeking the pheasant and the deer, with their dogs in front to point the game, around the place I'll know that fall is here. And when the hay and straw are in the barn, stacked to the roof, tier on tier, smelling like a summer come and gone, around the place I'll know that fall is here. Around the place I'll know that fall is near. When the evenings come early and the mornings are clear, over fallow fields I've worked this year. Around the place I'll know that fall is here.
Thank you.
Charlie McGuire.
That song's by Charlie McGuire. He's from Minneapolis area, and they understand fall. It happens every year on the 4th of July, like clockwork. One day, and then it's winter, you know.
The important thing is it happens every year. I went into the bank today, and the teller was just as excited as I was about it being fall. She was wearing a sweater, and I said, right there, what you're wearing is why I like the fall, like the textures and sweaters. She said, I know. I want to be warm and cozy. I said, I know, not hot and sweaty.
That's right. That's right.
Well, we wanted to do this little piece that we invite you to join in with us on. If you have a mask on, you can just make it a ming-along. If not, it's a sing-along. And I wrote it originally right after my mom had died, like almost 10 years ago. She actually gave me this little melody and the words, and then Sally and Howie and I recorded it on a record, but we're doing it especially tonight.
We'd like to sing it tonight for Nancy Shaw, who passed away this afternoon at the age of over 90. I don't know how old she was, but we had the opportunity to, how many? 92. And we had the opportunity to go sing for her a little bit when she was
So we're going to sing the melody.
So we sing this for her.
And then we're going to do it as a round. So we can have half of this room follow Sally and this half follow me. And if you want to throw in another, you can. We've done this as I think we did it at that one workshop. It was like a 6-part round. I mean, you just wherever you come in, it works. It seems to work.
Yeah, and you can add harmony to it and do your part as a harmony part.
But the basic thing, we'll sing it through twice. Have you sing it with us? It goes, we're born, we live, we die, we're gone, but love goes on and on. We're born, we live, we die, we're gone, but love goes on and on.
We're born, we live, we die, we're gone, we die, we're gone, and love goes on. We're born, we live, we die, we live, we die, we're gone, but love goes on. We're born, we live, we die, we live, but love goes on, and love goes on and on. We're born, we live, we die, we're gone, but love goes on and on.
We're born, we live, we die, we're gone, but love goes on and on and on, but love goes on and on.
Love is a song. Love has got a melody. Sing it along with me. Love is a song. Love is a song. Love is not a short story. It goes on and on and on. Love is a song. Try that with us. Love is a song. Love is a song. Love has got a melody. Sing it along with me. Love is a song. Love is a song. Love is not a short, short story. It goes on and on and on. Love is a song. Love is not a novel. Love is not a book for sale. Love is not a fairy tale. Love is a song. Love is not a drama. Love is not a one-act play. It's more than just the words you say. Love is a song. Love is a song. Love is not a melody. Sing it along with me. Love is a song. Love is a song. Love is not a short, short story. It goes on and on and on. Love is a song. Love is not a lecture. Love is not a sermonette. Oh, haven't you heard it yet? Love is a song. Love is not a fable. True love is not a mystery. Isn't it plain to see? Love is a song. Oh, love is a song. Love has got a melody. Sing it along with me. Love is a song. Love is a song. Love is not a short, short story. It goes on and on and on. Love is a song. Love is a song. Love is a song. Love has got a melody. Sing it in harmony. Oh, love is a song. Love is a song. Love is not a short, short story. It goes on and on and on and on and on and on and on. Oh, it goes on. Love is a song. It goes on. It goes on. Love is a song. It goes on. Love is a song.
All right. Another friend of ours wrote that song. A guy
Fellow
named
Michigander, Joel Mabus.
Joel
wrote that
Mabus.
song.
And we're actually going to do another song written by a friend who now lives out on Vashon Island. And but I got to know her when she lived in Chicago, doing music for theater. Wonderful singer-songwriter by the name of Kat Eggleston, and she actually wrote a beautiful play about her father, who grew up and traveled to California during the Dust Bowl, ended up in California, and she wrote a play about his life, gathered from stories. She lived with him while he was getting ready to die. Basically, he was in dementia, but he had all these memories, and she put this beautiful story together of his journey. And this is a song she wrote kind of for him, for her dad. But I know you like to sing this.
I like to sing this for Milana. A lot of you know our daughter Milana. She's she's our first child, and this song speaks to a first child, I think. Now hold on. There we go. Huh. Phew. I knew I could do it, yes. Oh, no, wait a minute, hold on. Well, so I went out of another tuning, so let's see where we go. Ta-da! She still can do it. So,
The Days.
the days. Monday morning you were born. Tuesday you were walking. Wednesday you had learned to talk. and showed no signs of stopping. Thursday, Friday, I looked up, you were off and running. Where you go from here, I guess there's just no way of knowing. Oh, the days hurry on, always moving on and on. I have loved you from the dawn and will through the evening. Where you are, the spring has come and all the world is blooming. Summer brings the burning sun before you know it's coming. Here I stand at harvest time, soon it will be snowing. When winter trees wear blackbird leaves, it's then I must be going. Oh, the days hurry on, always moving on and on. I have loved you from the dawn and will through the evening. Maybe you'll grow big and strong, and maybe you'll be lucky. I hope and pray your days are long, and most of them are happy. And someday when you laugh or sing, or if you're sick or grieving, or when at last you're old like me, it's then you'll hear me singing. Oh, the days hurry on, always moving on and on. I have loved you from the dawn and will through the evening. Oh, the days hurry on, always moving on and on. I have loved you from the dawn and will through the evening. Isn't that
Yeah.
nice?
Great. Thank you.
I keep threatening to learn Howie's favorite song of Cats, which is called Too Much SHIT in My Purse. So,
It's great. It's kind of like a rap kind of thing. It's just
Yeah.
a litany of all
of
this
everything,
stuff.
just pulling it out one by one.
And
and-
then
I
the
don't know how
refrain
many of you
comes
for
in.
whom
It's
it
like
sounds familiar,
too
but-
much shit in my purse.
Yeah,
Too much shit in my purse.
Hey, we could do it together.
We could.
Yeah, we both have shit in our purse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of a metaphor, isn't it? Log driver?
Yeah. So years ago, when I lived in Ann Arbor, Michigan, in 1972, I think it was, no, 73, I met a woman named Mary Schick, who is from Ontario and Canada, and she taught me this lovely song by Wade Hemsworth. Wade Hemsworth is often called the Woody Guthrie of Canada. He wrote the Black Fly song that you can hear Bill Staines sing, and he wrote about 24 songs or so. There's a songbook out of his stuff. But this song is just delightful. It's called The Log Driver's Waltz, and it's a wonderful one to sing along with. And if you can find enough space, you could waltz to this one, truly. And if you're truly interested in it, you can go online and find the National Film Board of Canada's cartoon
Animated,
version of
yeah.
it, animated version of it, and it's absolutely delightful.
I think it's the McGarrigle
The McGarrigle sisters are singing
doing-
it, yeah.
yeah.
So it's
And
totally
Sally
wonderful.
and I first sang this song, I think, on the
God,
Prairie Home
yeah.
Companion back in the 1980s.
Yeah, in 81, I believe, yeah. So it goes like this. Oh, and it's the only song I know that has the word burling in it. I bet you never heard that word,
come
right?
up with another one.
Yeah. We have a new friend from Germany who's living with us for the next 8 months, and I'm always trying to find words that she doesn't know because she speaks English better than I do. So, but Burling, I just found one. She doesn't know Burling, so. You can ask any girl in the parish around what pleases her most from her head to her toes. She'll say, I'm not sure that it's business of yours, but I love to waltz with the log driver where he goes whirling down the down white waters. That's where the log driver learns to step lightly, whirling down the down white waters. The log driver's waltz pleases girls completely. When the drive's nearly over, I love to go down and watch all the men as they work on the river. For when the drive's over, they'll all be in town, and we all love to waltz with the log driver, for he goes whirling down the down white waters. That's where the log driver learns to step lightly, whirling down the down white waters. The log driver's waltz pleases girls completely. To please both my parents, I had to give way and waltz with the doctor, the merchant, the lawyer. Though their manners are fine, their feet are like clay, and none has the style of my log driver, for he goes whirling down the down white waters. That's where the log driver learns to step lightly, whirling down the down white waters. The log driver's waltz pleases girls completely. Now I've had my chances at all kinds of men, but none has the style of my man on the river. And when the drive's over, if he asks me again, I'm sure I shall marry my log driver, for he goes whirling down the down white waters. That's where the log driver learns to step lightly, whirling down the down white waters. The log driver's waltz pleases girls completely, for he goes whirling down the down white waters. That's where the log driver learns to step lightly, whirling down the down white waters. A log driver's waltz pleases girls completely.
Now, I just love that a verse ends with the word completely. That's the best.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah. Everything about it. And that song is on my newest album, which came out during COVID. So a whole lot of people have seen it, as you can imagine, during COVID. And it's on there, and the album's called Old Friends I've Never Met. And every song on it is a song about or by someone I've never met, and that I'd like to. And actually, I feel like I know them now because of having sung it so much.
Yeah, Sally and I, both being marketing geniuses, both released recordings during COVID. Geniuses that we are. Although I just released one a few weeks ago, post-COVID, and we have some of that stuff here with us tonight back on that long table. We're going to have a little break, and so if you want to check that
Not
stuff
yet.
out,
We're not
if you
having
want
a
to
break.
catch up with our discography. This is a song that was on that record that got released in February of 2020, and it was inspired by a rooster who lived in a neighborhood where I lived in called Nicollet Island.
Mark, I think my dulcimer's a little loud, I think.
At least up here. I mean, I can hear mine okay.
That's better.
Sounds different in the house then.
Yeah.
So I lived on this island called Nicollet Island right off of downtown Minneapolis in the Mississippi River for a few years before I moved out here. And group of, like old hippies, self-employed people, they called us the hippie preserve out there. And We were all just people living on the edge. But I like to say, if you're not living on the edge, you're taking up too much space, you know? So there we were out there. And there was a group that had a kind of chicken co-op. And I wasn't part of it because I traveled a lot. But when I would come home, I would go kind of hang out with the chickens, take them my scraps because they were kind of fun. And there was a rooster there who was pretty polite, as roosters go, and so let me hang out in there and didn't try to badger me or anything. And I got used to the sound the rooster made, and I started thinking about other roosters I have known over the years and how all these birds have their kind of sound, a basic sound, but then they have their signature sound that makes them, you know, just like the rest of us, you know, that special sound. And so this particular rooster, if you stood like over where I lived a block away, it just sounded like a classic. But if you stood up really close to it, it went. And I had this whole thing going on in my mind. It was like the Barry White thing. Like somehow this rooster had heard Barry White, was hip to Barry White, and it was like, oh, come on, baby. Come on over here. I know what you want, baby. I know what you need. I got the Courvoisier. Come on, baby. And it just had me going. It was at the same time I was falling in love, which is why I ended up moving out here. So this song is kind of a hybrid of love and livestock. And it's called Rooster. And it's at the beginning, pretty much of each line, I'm singing, Rooster Crow, Rooster Crow. So you can just jump in with me if you want, or not. This is a pro-choice event. Oh, rooster crow in the middle of the day. Oh, my love, you're so far away. Rooster crow in the middle of the night. Oh, my love, I want to hold you tight. Oh, rooster crow at the sun and the moon. Oh, my love, I want to see you soon. Rooster crow at the wind and the rain. Oh, my love, we're going to dance again. Oh, oh. Well, time and miles can't seem to keep us apart. Tears and smiles reveal the story of a grateful heart. Well, rooster crow and the red-tailed flies. Oh, my love, I tell you no lies. Rooster crow, as he can and he will. Oh, my love, you made my heart stand still. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Oh, rooster crow, when I walk by. Oh, my love, I think of you and sigh. Rooster crow, when I linger too. Oh, my love, I want to stay with you. Stone, wild and clear, they're gonna wear you down if you stay all alone. Well, rooster crow to every way but dawn. Oh, my love, we're gonna carry on. Rooster crow till he crows no more. Oh, my love, what are we waiting for? 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 Thank you. Rooster.
Well, this next song we added to our program thinking of the news coming out of Iran of a young woman being murdered simply for not following the dress code.
Mahsa Amini was her name. She was arrested by they actually call them the morality police. Yeah. The morality police took her into custody and she didn't survive. And now there are huge protests going on all over the world. And in fact, I heard today that Iranian police were shooting into a group of protesters. And so this just keeps coming up again and again, you know. We keep being like pushed backwards, it seems like, you know. Alabama wants to use a law from 1864 to tell us what to do with our bodies. And, you know, we might as well just be going back to puritanical times. It's like there's this force that wants to roll everything back. But it's not going to happen. We won't go back. And so our friend Neil Hagberg wrote this song a few years ago for his I think for women in general, but especially for his 16-year-old daughter at the time. And what I loved about this song when I heard it is that a man wrote it, and I found that hopeful. It's called Star Girls. And it's got a chorus in it. You can join us. There's one of your lower. There we go. Okay. All of the girls whose names will never be known. All of the girls whose choices were not their own. All of the girls whose place at the table was barred. All of the girls like cattle bought and sold.
All of the girls who had to submit to a man. All of the girls the boys did not understand. All the girls denied their share of the gold.
All of the girls who
like
number more than stars. This is for you. I see you shine, sparkling like jewels in the night. Wherever I go, whatever I do, the stardust in me is from you.
All of the girls who could not tear the veil. All of the girls who tried and tried but failed. All of the girls who did not have their say when the holy writers took their words away.
This is for you.
I see you shine, sparkling like jewels in the night. Wherever I go, whatever I do, stardust in me is from you.
All of the girls who raised their children up well. All of the girls who rose each time they fell. All of the girls who worked for the coming new day.
All of the girls who knew the price they paid. All of the girls who somehow still kept the faith that all of their girls would find a much better way. You are the stars, you are the stars without words. No, I believe that someday your voice will be heard. This is for you. I see you shine, sparkling like jewels in the night. Wherever I go, whatever I do, the stardust in me is from you. The stardust from me is from you.
Yeah.
Arvin and Margarita, if you want, there's places up here. Howie's sitting here, and he has 3 empty seats there. There's only 2 of you, and he's inviting you there if you want to come
he's
up.
about to join us.
He's coming. Yeah, you'll have a table all to yourself for a while.
So I put out a record a few years ago called Heart the Dark, which was celebrating winter solstice time. And there's a chant that I do on that record that was written for a story that a friend of mine told. But I wanted to remember the words, so I put a melody to it. Because if you want to remember words, that's the best way to do it, is to put a little melody to them. And it's not only about winter solstice, to my mind. It's about coming out of a darkness, a long darkness, I think that we're trying to come out of now. It's like somebody just pointed out recently, why did we fear the witches and not the ones who burned them alive? It's like we're going, oh, yeah, yeah. So that's the kind of darkness I'm talking about that we're coming out of now. And so I do this solstice chant in honor of our awakening. So we're going to sing it through once, and then you can join us. We are awake, awake in the night. We turn the wheel to bring the light. We turn the wheel to bring the light. You try that with us? We are awake, awake in the night. We turn the wheel to bring the light. We turn the wheel to bring the light. Sounds good. Let's do it again. We are awake, awake in the night. We turn the wheel to bring the light. We turn the wheel to bring the light. Once more for the four corners. We are awake, awake in the night. We turn the wheel to bring the light. We turn the wheel to bring the light. Still on the bridge, 50 years gone by. Still on the bridge, looking hate in the eye. We can't cross the bridge until we turn them around. It started out peaceful, just like they planned. 600 people walking hand in hand. 2 by 2, they made their way into that bloody fray. We're still on the bridge, 50 years gone by. Still on the bridge, looking hate in the eye. We can't cross the bridge until we turn them around. Oh, silent marchers, Montgomery bound. The right to vote, their common ground. Selma behind, what lay ahead would leave 3 people dead. Oh, we're still on the bridge, 50 years gone by. Still on the bridge, looking hate in the eye. We can't cross the bridge until we turn them around. On to the Edmund Pettus Bridge and the angry blue sea at the bottom of the ridge. Old Edmund was a Klansman, and here's the shame: the bridge still bears his name. Oh, we're still on the bridge, 50 years gone by. Still on the bridge, looking hate in the eye. We can't cross the bridge until we turn them around. Oh, oh. Selma to Montgomery can't be measured in miles, you see.
50 years gone by, still on the bridge, looking hate in the eye. We can't cross the bridge until we turn them around. Yeah, we're still walking, still on the bridge, 50 years gone by, still on the bridge, looking hate in the eye. We can't cross the bridge until we turn them. No, we can't cross the bridge until we turn them. No, we can't cross the bridge until we turn them around.
Can't cross the bridge.
Oh, until we turn them around.
Can't cross the
Oh, we got to turn them around.
Can't cross the
bridge until we turn them around.
Can't cross the bridge.
All right. Thank you.
Wait, yeah.
We want to stand for these. Should we stand for the? Oh, good.
Oh, your cable.
That was. It's in front of you.
So many things to keep track of. Wait on the.
I wrote that song on the eve of the 50th anniversary of the March from Selma. You're welcome. I heard an old interview with John Lewis talking about being there that day at the tender age of 22, and it just sent me over the edge. It was my thank you note to him. So we're still walking.
We are. Well, this song takes another turn in history. It talks about people moving up during World War II to work in the car factories in Detroit, in Michigan, and it just talks about the difficulties of coming from such a different culture in Kentucky, Tennessee, and actually these guys are all from Tennessee, and they come up and the issues that they have there.
To the predatory city life.
Predatory city life, that's it. And it was written by Craig Johnson, who's sadly left us about, close to 10 years ago now. And but he left behind many wonderful songs. So if you like this one, you can look up Craig Johnson, folk singer, online, and you'll find a good number of his wonderful songs. Let's see, what key did we do this in?
We're doing it in A.
I remember back in 33 when we was all down in Tennessee. Just getting by took all your time, way down the road. But the word went out in 41. Uncle Sam said, get the big job done. So we hired out at Willow Run, way down the road. Oh, blow your whistle up through the pines and out across the mountains to the Clinchfield line. Blow for better times, way down the road. We came from the mills and the damn coal mines when we started into working on Henry's line. 8 hours steady and overtime, way down the road. But the folks up north didn't want us round, so they moved us out on the edge of town. Salt box houses on a bulldozed ground, way down the road. Oh, blow your whistle up through the pines and out across the mountains to the Clinchfield line. Blow for better times, way down the road. Strong backs bending in the welder's light, rivet guns pounding on a windy night. Another rich man's war and a poor man's fight, way down the road. And it's punch in, punch out, and make your time. Hurry with the turret, boys, you're getting behind. and the bombers roared low in the blacked out skies. Way down the road, oh, blow your whistle up through the pines and out across the mountains to the clinched field line. Blow for better times, way down the road. Now you're trying to pay the rent, you're trying to save a buck, patching up a tire on an old worn-out truck. City folks passing yelling, hey, Kentuck. Way down the road. Said we'd move back south when the war geared down, but your dreams die easy when the check comes round, and you're caught between the mountains and a factory town. Way down the road. Oh, blow your whistle up through the pines and out across the mountains to the clinched field line. Blow for better times, way down the road. Now the plant shut down, the gates all closed, new cars rusting in the rain and snow. Let me sleep where the gun stick laurel grows, way down the road, and bury me back in Tennessee. He lived for $1, let my tombstone read, and died unknown in a strange country. Way down the road, blow your whistle up through the pines and out across the mountains to the clinched field line. Blow for better times, way down the road. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, he really got it. So good to have you all here, back in person in this room. Everybody who's live streaming too, and this hybrid that we have now post-COVID.
Yes, in fact, you live streamers out there, we haven't forgotten you, and we thank you for all the support you gave us during COVID.
Yes.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. But there is this human thing, you know, this collective effervescence, someone described it as, about hearing the burbling in the room.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, wrong.
So this is another song written by our dear friend Eric Peltonimi, who he wrote it for a theater piece called Plain Hearts, a play about quilting, women and quilting in American history. And so he wrote all the music for it, and the music and the lyrics. And Sally copped this song.
Oh, man, I learned
being a
it.
quilter.
And I have this book. I was looking up a particular quilt pattern, and I'm not a traditional quilter, but one day I needed a specific pattern, and I looked in this book I had called 1,000 American Quilt Patterns. And, of course, I turned to the back in the index, and there I am looking through the B's. And there is Beggar's Block, Blind Man's Fancy, Boston Corner, Beacon. It was like all the songs of the words of this song in order, right there in the index. So I knew exactly where he'd learned.
So we could just imagine Eric being in the 11th hour. He had to come up with this great theme song. You know, it's like, what am I going to do? And he flips to the back of the book. So he was busted. We busted him.
Yeah, we busted him totally. Beggar's Block and Blind Man's Fancy, Boston Corners and Beacon Light, Broken Star and Buckeye Blossom, blooming on the tree of life, tree of life.
Quilted by the
Wait,
Wait a minute.
that's right.
Wait, you gotta get this
We
right.
gotta get this. Where is it? There it is. Okay.
There we go.
Blooming. Oh, let's just start it over.
Okay, start it over.
And I'll just keep my fingers right there.
Yeah.
And you guys can sing along with all these quilt squares. You might know them by now. So, beggar's block and blind man's fancy, Boston corner and beacon light, broken star and buckeye blossom, blooming on the tree of life, tree of life. Quilted by the lantern light, every stitch a leaf upon the tree of life. Stitch away, sister, stitch away. Hattie's choice
Wheel of Fortune,
and high Hosanna,
Indiana,
hills and valleys,
Sweetwood lily,
and hearts
Tale
dear,
of Benjamin's kind,
hummingbird
hovering
in
gander,
honeysuckle,
oleander,
blooming
on the tree of life, tree of life,
quilted by the lantern light,
every stitch
a leaf upon the tree of life.
stitch away, sister, stitch
away.
Tree of life,
Quilted by the lantern light,
every stitch
a leaf upon the tree of life.
stitch away, sisters,
Stitch away. We're only known as someone's mother, someone's daughter, or someone's wife. But with our hands and with our vision, we make the pattern of the tree of life, tree of life. Quilted by the lantern light,
every stitch
a leaf upon the tree of life.
stitch away, sister,
Stitch away, stitch away,
stitch away, stitch away,
stitch away,
stitch away, stitch away,
stitch away,
stitch away, stitch away,
stitch away,
stitch away, stitch away, stitch away.
We're going to do one more song and have an intermission where you can get more food and more drink. You can check out the audio things back there on the table, and we'll be back for another set. Let's see. Any
wait a minute.
questions?
I have a question.
Joys and concerns?
Who
What?
is this man? Howie. That's Howie. Howie Burson, my husband, singing partner, life's partner.
And who's the man at the sound booth back there?
That would be
That's my
Mark.
husband, Mark
Your
Thayer.
Mark Thayer, yay!
And who's the man in front of the sound? That's Barry Jesserin,
Woo!
our host this evening.
And the woman just to the left of Mark is Maria Sangiolo.
Yay!
Without whom we would not be here. So
That's right.
we're going to end with a song that goes way, way back to when we were all first singing together.
We were baby folk singers.
That's right, the last century. Whoa, Ezekiel saw the wheel way up in the middle of the air. Ezekiel saw the wheel
way in the middle of the air. And a little wheel run by faith, and a big wheel run by the grace of God. It's a wheel in a wheel, way in the middle of the air. Ezekiel saw the wheel way up in the middle of the air. Ezekiel saw the wheel turning way in the middle of the air. A little wheel run by faith, and a big wheel run by the grace of God. It's a wheel in a wheel, way in the middle of the air. Let me tell you what a hypocrite will do, way in the middle of the air. Talk about me, talk about you, way in the middle of the air. Ezekiel saw that. He saw it way up in the middle of the air. Ezekiel saw the wheel turning way in the middle of the air. And a little wheel runs by faith, big wheel run in the grace of God. It's a wheel in a wheel turning way in the middle of the air. Ezekiel saw the wheel way up in the middle of the air. Ezekiel saw that turning way in the middle of the air. And a little wheel runs by faith, and a big wheel runs in the grace of God. It's a wheel in a wheel turning way in the middle of the air. Well, now one of these nights about 12 o'clock, way in the middle of the air, this whole world's gonna reel and rock, way in the middle of the air. Ezekiel saw the wheel way up in the middle of the air. Ezekiel saw that wheel, saw it way in the middle of the air. And a little wheel runs by faith, and the big wheel runs by the grace of God. It's a wheel in a wheel turn way in the middle of the air. Ezekiel saw that wheel way up in the middle of the air. Ezekiel saw that wheel turning way in the middle of the air. And the little wheel run by faith, and the big wheel run by the grace of God. It's a wheel in a wheel turning way in the middle of the way in the middle of the way in the middle of the air.
Howie Burson,
Sally Roger.
Claudia Schmidt.
We'll be back in just a few minutes.
We'll be back in a
Thank
few
you.
minutes.
turn this on? Is it on? Hi, everybody. If you have not paid for your ticket, we collected at the break. We forgot to collect before the show. So if you did not pay the $20 ticket, please give it to the sound person, Mark.
We're all a little rusty.
I think someone came around and collected, but just in case if you didn't. And we're going to be starting shortly. We do have some shows coming up. I'm going to go get the calendar. Hold on.
Maria's going for the calendar because she means business.
Okay, so we have a show next weekend, Saturday, October 1st. Andrew McKnight, who is a bluegrass guy from Maryland, who's awesome. We have Mad Agnes coming to the room, a trio. Margot Hennebach and her two friends, and I don't remember their names. Do you remember the names of Mad Agnes?
I don't know them.
But they're awesome. Don White is coming back in November. Very funny guy, old friend of mine. And a lovely songwriter from England named Phil Hogg, who is coming to the Quiet Corner Sing. He's going to open for Don White.
Yeah, he has been to the Quiet Corner Sing almost every
Virtually.
single time, virtually from
England,
at
staying
1
up
in the
half
morning
the
for
night.
him, yeah.
So he's going to be here opening for Don. Mark Manville and Rayanne Richards are going to be here. And then Garnet Rogers is going to be here on Friday, December 2nd. And I have a special announcement. Are we live yet, Barry? Okay. So Garnet Rogers has made a special request of the room. If you plan to come that evening, you must show proof of vaccination, or you must have a negative test result with you to show to get in, and you must be masked. So that's the only show that has that requirement, but Garnet had COVID. He got very sick. He doesn't want to put himself in harm again, so please, if you plan to come that night, you need to know those requirements, okay? That's Friday, December 2nd. And then Atwater Donnelly will close out the year Saturday, December 17th with our Solstice show, which we're so looking forward to having live. So some of these shows will be broadcast virtually. You'll just have to check the Vanilla Beans website, all right? Thanks. And here we go. You guys ready?
And yeah,
Well,
and
we sort of are because
we're looking for
waiting
Howie.
for Howie. Right.
and while we're waiting
Are
for
these
Howie,
lights supposed to be off? They
they're
went,
on and
the
off.
lights went off completely. Are they supposed to be off? Or? Oh, you just turned them off?
Okay. And I wanted to
hope we can
mention
see.
also that there's a special concert sponsored by the Pomfret Historical Society on Saturday, October 22nd at Tyrone Farm. And it's 5 of the Connecticut State Troubadours. I think there's like 21 of us now, but I'm one of them. And there's 5 of us going to be performing there, and let's see if I can remember some of their names. It's myself, Hugh.
You remember that good.
Hugh Blumenfeld, Kayla Farnham. That's 3. Phil Zimmerman. That's 4. Thank you, Kate Callanan. That's 5. So 5 of us will be performing at Tyrone Farm on October 22nd.
Takes a village.
And it's a benefit for the Pomfret Historical Society, and it has many, many, many sponsors. And if you look around town, you'll see the posters for that.
And I'm going to be doing a jazz gig a week from today over in Willimantic as part of the Co-op Appreciation Day, their fall fair. And I've got a little trio together. We're going to be playing on the Shibu stage from 12:30 to 1:15 next Saturday. So if you want to hear
so much
me
fun,
sing
that
some
festival.
jazz, come on out.
Yeah, and the festival itself is great fun. You
No,
can
the
hear the
bands. If you
music,
look it up, there's a great lineup of bands all afternoon. It's free, and
there's craft booths and
Yeah.
food booths.
Yeah. You ready for some more music? All right. Let's see. We did this in C, right?
I believe so. B flat, actually.
Or B flat. That's right.
I'll give you a B flat.
The other shore? Yeah. This is a song that I heard the Austin Lounge Lizards do years and years ago, and I've wanted to sing it for a zillion years. And because Sally and Howie and I are doing this gig, we get to do it tonight. And it's for anybody out there who's feeling stressed about material things, about stuff. Hit this one.
as we reach the twilight hours of our fleeting earthly time, and know we will not see the sun tomorrow. We may think with deep regret of all the things we leave behind, but oh, my friends, do not give in to sorrow. On the other shore, on the other shore, we will reunite with all the things we've ever owned before. Our single socks will all be to their rightful pairs restored. We'll meet all our possessions on the other shore. As we near those golden sidewalks floating on the clouds above, at least if heaven is the destination, we may look behind for one last glance at everything we loved, but really there's no call for lamentation. On the other shore, on the other shore, we'll have piles and piles of jeans we can't fit into anymore. We'll wear all those crazy cowboy shirts we bought from Fred LaBar. We'll meet all our possessions on the other shore. We'll find books we bought in college and sold for half price unread, and sacks of earring backs from under someone's bed, and baseball cards and army men and model planes galore, and every tiny plastic high heel Barbie ever wore. On the other shore, on the other shore, we'll have giant storage units free of charge forevermore. Our tax receipts will all be saved in bags upon the floor. We'll meet all our possessions on the other shore, on the other shore. We'll find National Geographics from 1974. Our children's art will cover God's refrigerator door. We'll meet all our possessions on the other shore.
See, doesn't that make you feel better? Don't you just, yeah. Phew, we'll go to sleep relaxed and peaceful tonight. Wow.
So,
Sally got really excited during COVID. Specifically on January 6th, before the insurrection.
this song was written on January 6th. I got an email from a friend of mine who said, Did you see the news? Georgia has turned blue. And I went, no, yes, no, yes. And I looked on the news, and sure enough, Ossoff and Warnock had both won, and Georgia suddenly became a blue state. And it was very clear right from the get-go that Stacey Abrams was responsible for making that happen by her get-out-the-vote campaigns. She lost the gubernatorial election in the last round, and her reaction to that was to start her voting.
She didn't get bitter. She didn't get vengeful.
No, she just got
She
back.
got busy.
Yeah, she got busy, real busy, and she made this wonderful organization and got people out to vote. And as a result, Georgia turned blue at 12 o'clock on January 6th. We won't go on with what happened after that. But she is now running for governor and governor of Georgia, and she's running against the same guy that she ran against before, who was the attorney general when she was.
Yeah, we don't have to go into that either.
We won't go into that. Anyway,
yeah.
They're both running now for governor, and if you can do anything to help her campaign, I'm rooting for her. So
I just saw a great thing about why the condom should be the logo for the GOP. It halts production. It destroys future generations. It protects pricks. And it gives us the illusion of safety.
My own. What are we in tune? Oh yeah, you start. Stacey Abrams, what have you done to Georgia? Stacey Abrams, we could use a few more of ya. That's your part.
Stacey
Abrams, what have you done to Georgia?
Stacey Abrams, we could use a few more of ya.
Stolen election didn't stop you. Voter suppression didn't stop you. Blatant racism didn't stop you.
Georgia has turned blue. Oh, Stacey Abrams, what have you done to Georgia? Stacey Abrams, we could use a few more of ya.
Thousands heard your quiet roar. They all went knocking door to door. Registered voters more and more. Now Georgia has turned blue.
Stacey Abrams, what have you done to Georgia? Stacey Abrams, we could use a few more of ya.
You showed Georgia what to do. Got some help from the nation to convince the donors to come through. Now Georgia has turned blue.
Oh, Stacey Abrams, what have you done to Georgia? Stacey Abrams, we could use a few more of ya. Stacey Abrams, what have you done to Georgia? Stacey Abrams, we could use a few more of ya.
Thanks to you from our great nation, you have built a strong foundation. Now take a well-earned short vacation. Georgia has turned blue.
Stacey Abrams, what have you done to Georgia? Stacey Abrams, we could use a few more of ya. Stacey Abrams, what have you done to Georgia? Stacey Abrams, we could use a few more of ya. We could use a few more of ya.
No, and I have tried to get it to her. It's really hard to reach people like her because she's so well known, so famous, and so vulnerable. So as a result, if you send any attachment on an email, it won't get through. It's just really hard to know how. And so I'm actually looking for somebody who is connected with Stacey Abrams and her campaign to try to get it to her, because I'd like to get it to her. I think she'd enjoy that song.
Yeah, she needs to hear it. Yeah.
It won't. They won't open it. They won't open. Anything that comes in a package will not get opened. It could be a bomb. It could be a
Understandable.
Yeah,
with,
totally
With the
understandable.
trolls amongst us.
I'm sorry. I did that. And it didn't go. That's what I'm looking for.
Yeah, we've been through all that, Paul.
We're just as smart as you. Shame on you.
Yeah.
Shame on you.
We're, Old Father Fall? Yeah.
Oh. Well,
I think I'll sit down. I'm
okay.
on this. Yeah.
This the next couple of songs we dedicate to the memory of our dads.
I know we're famous for our Mother's Day stuff, but we had dads too.
We did have dads, and I wrote this song when I was in college, at a really difficult time for me and for him, and
And I begged Sally to relearn this song for this gig because I love it so much.
And I haven't sung it in about 30 years, maybe more. I'm not sure. But I'll just suffice it to say, my dad was a sailor, not a commercial sailor, but a sailor for fun. And you know what that means is he had a hole in the water into which one pours money. So, and that can cause problems in a family. So he was a sailor, and so there are a lot of sailing metaphors and references in this song. And you wanted to read something.
No, I'm going to do it between the songs.
Oh, between,
Do this
okay,
and
so.
I'll do it.
Old Father Fall, rusty and weathered, summertime's beggar in patchwork and pins. Brisk autumn seas, seagull's companion, rushing white lion after pebbles and fins. And I wonder what happens to summer's boats on the ocean and their dry-docked old captains with salty gray beards. Two choices and voices on the scrub tiki timbers, polished brass, tarnished memories of love lost and won. The sea claimed his soul, and his soul was the ocean, never slowing or stopping for those on the shore. And his life was a dream, carried by mainsails, and was drowned in those same sails in the fall of a dream. And I wonder what happens to summer's boats on the ocean and their dry-docked old captains with salty gray beards. Two choices and voices on the scrub tiki timbers, polished brass, tarnished memories of love lost and won. And now he's alone, a grounded old captain, without crew, sails, or sextant to show him the way. And they've left him alone with his wants and his need-beast. He just wanted to be free of family and fear. And I wonder what happens to summer's boats on the ocean and their dry-docked old captains with salty gray beards. Two choices and voices on the scrub tiki timbers, polished brass, tarnished memories of love lost and won. Thank you.
Thanks for doing that. Wow. Well, My own dad died this past March, and what do you look like? Oh no! And we buried him on Beaver Island in.
And both of our dads'
In May.
names are Gus.
Yes, yes. One of the many oddities in our lives before we ended up almost becoming the same person by living 1.8 miles apart. Finally, years later, it's just a great story. So, but I got to do this Father's Day service at this woo-woo church that I would do some guest appearances at a few years ago, and
That was woo-woo church. Not everybody probably understood that.
yeah. It was not a you, it was a woo-woo.
Yeah.
And so it was Father's Day, and they asked me if I would kind of do the program, and I did a talk, and I was looking at the crowd. We grew up in this like the 50s, and I was thinking about how our dads kind of got a raw deal. It was like the age of My Three Sons and the Donna Reed show, and
Leave
all
It to
these
Beaver.
like totally just like fake dads, that worked all day and then came home and took charge of the family, la la la. And our poor dads, what a setup. It was just, and I felt bad for them, and I felt bad for like all of us on what it really meant. And so I wrote this poem. I was thinking about the Our Father poem, and I decided I wanted to sort of personalize it for this particular day. I started with Harold because remember the joke about how kids hear Our Father who art in heaven, Harold be thy name. So Harold had to make an appearance in my version of this Father's Day poem. And then I'm going to go into a song that I wrote just a few days before we left for my dad's memorial on Beaver Island. It's sort of a, let me just make sure we're in,
No, we're not.
oh, this is good. It's good we took a minute to do this.
And I know there are two piano tuners in the room. This must drive them nuts.
Our fathers, who art in our hearts, Harold, Gus, Bob, Art be your names. You go to work and come home late and sometimes show up for our games. Our fathers, who art in some part of our disparate lives and hardly known, seldom out from under mother's shadow and strangely left alone. Our fathers, who art in the cellular starts of our human undertaking, so often lingering in the wings, yet lonely, puzzled, sad heads shaking. Our fathers, who art in our art, hearts, parts, let's start to learn who you really are, beyond the mask of patriarch, and back to the blood where we share the dust of stars. It's a chorus. Go now with singing, go now with tears, go now with loving, no more pain and no more fears. Wanna try that? Go now with singing, go now with tears, go now with loving, no more pain and no more fears. Your life was holy, your life was complete, your life bore witness to this world so wild and sweet. Go now with singing, go now with tears, go now with loving, no more pain and no more fears. We'll take your kindness, we'll take your smile so clear, we'll take your honesty, pass them on from year to year. Go now with singing, go now with tears, go now with loving, no more pain and no more fear. Sometimes there's darkness, but then the light breaks through. With every tender memory blessed by the joy of knowing you. Go now with singing, go now with tears, go now with loving, no more pain and no more fears. Go now with singing, go now with tears, go now with loving, no more pain and no more fears, no more pain and no more fears, no more pain and no more fears. Go now with singing, go now with loving, go now, go now, go now. All right, thank you. Oh. Here's one that goes into the way back, too. Sally and I did these Mother's Day concerts for, I don't know, almost like 12 years in Michigan. We would do, it was always the Friday before Mother's Day in East Lansing, and then we added Traverse City on Saturday, and sometimes we'd have another gig. And it was an annual event that the generations of women would come to. You know, sometimes as the years went by, we'd lose a generation, and then the next generation would come along. It was always a very powerful experience. And one of those years, Sally's grandmother had just passed away recently, and we, as it turns out, we were able to go to her memorial on the way up to Traverse City.
Yes, we were. And it was a darn good thing, too, because I had to sing the song I'd written for my grandmother, and I couldn't get through it. And Claudia was standing right next to me, and she picked up where I left off. It was truly a wonderful moment.
We stood and
I'm
held
forever
hands
grateful.
like little girls.
Yeah.
We just stood up there like... So on the way up north from Lansing, it was May, and so the trillium were blooming, and I was saying, oh, God, they're so beautiful, and Sally was saying, oh, I know, but they're kind of going by. So look, they've gone by already. And I went, what did you say? I'd never heard that term before, going by. And she said, oh, my grandmother used that term. And it just like went into the hopper the way things do with me. And
How many of you know that term? Something going by, yeah, it goes by, yeah.
I'd never heard it before.
Time goes by, but stuff goes by. Growing plants go by.
And so this song came out of that moment. These spring wildflowers, they pass so quickly. Their sudden glory, it will not wait. You cannot plan for that perfect moment. You must just be there or be too late. Here's the chorus. Going by, 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 going by. These children grow, they change so swiftly, they grow on my
that carries us to our death. Going by, 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 going by. Thank you. Howie?
We'd like
Would
to
you
invite Howie back here.
Yeah, come on back up. I'm going to stand up.
Different.
We owe a visit from a South African friend named Sidi La Loca, who came to see us. I don't know, can't remember because it was before COVID. I don't know what you say now. Whenever anything is before COVID, I just say 10 years. It was 10 years ago. 10 years ago, Sidi was visiting us, and we went on a tour of the Pomfret School. We were in Clark Chapel, and she found these words that we had never seen before over a doorway. And we were living in an old schoolhouse at the time, and we all came back, and she wrote, all the old blackboards were still in the schoolhouse, and she wrote the words on the blackboard, and I looked at them for, I don't know, a few months, and then one day this whole music thing came into my head, and it was kind of came in like a madrigal, and as one person, like, you can't try to sing a madrigal, it's dangerous. So I called Sally and I said, get over here quick, before I hurt myself. And we worked this out, and Howie's going to join us with this beautiful, just a few beautiful words written by a Swiss philosopher named Henri Frédéric Amiel in the 1800s. And language is just so important right now. What we say and what we hear. And so whatever we can put out into the universe that is full of love and full of kindness is going to help us at this point, not get sucked into the vitriol
It matters.
that's so seductive. So here's an antidote to that. And we're going to sing through it, and you can pick a part. You can pick their part, or you can pick my part, or you can throw in a third one. It's up to you. I know we have a creative bunch in here and out there in live stream land. Dear friends, we know that life is short and we do not have much time. Much time. Much time. Much time. Much time. Much time. To gladden the hearts of those who travel with us. So be swift to love. So be swift to love. Make haste to be kind. Here we go. Dear friends, we know that life is short and we do not have much time. Much time. Much time. Much time. Much time. Much time. To gladden the hearts of those who travel with us. So be swift to love. So be swift to love. Make haste to be kind. So be swift to love. So be swift to love. Make haste to be kind. So be swift to love. So be
Well, this is one of the people on my album of old friends I never met. This song was based on the words of Dorothy Day. She said, "There's no time to feel hopeless when there's so much work to do."
Hang on a sec.
And that's the gist of this song. Oh, it's the only time all night that I've had to be in tune and they have to tune to me. It's just, I can't tell you what a high it is.
Howie and I got together. We planned this. So we didn't want to leave her feeling low at the end of the night.
That's right. Okay, you guys ready?
Yeah.
Okay, hit it.
Wait a minute. I get to go with you. Okay, count it off, baby.
We read a book, one word at a time, one word at a time. You read a book, one word at a time, until your book is through. You learn to swim, one stroke at a time, one stroke at a time. You learn to swim, one stroke at a time, and then you can cross the pool. There's no time to feel hopeless, no time to feel hopeless, no time to feel hopeless, when there's so much work to do. There's no time to feel hopeless, no time to feel hopeless, no time to feel hopeless, when there's so much work to do. You walk 10 miles, one step at a time, one step at a time. You walk 10 miles, one step at a time, until your journey's through. You build a house, one brick at a time, one brick at a time. You build a house, one brick at a time, and then you enjoy the view. There's no time to feel hopeless, no time to feel hopeless, no time to feel hopeless, when there's so much work to do. Again, there's no time to feel hopeless, no time to feel hopeless, no time to feel hopeless, when there's so much work to do. We live our lives, one breath at a time, one breath at a time. We live our lives one breath at a time, until our time's through. We'll fix this world, one mess at a time, one mess at a time. We'll fix this world, one mess at a time. Together we'll all pull through. There's no time to feel hopeless, no time to feel hopeless, no time to feel hopeless, when there's so much work to do. There's no time to feel hopeless, no time to feel hopeless, no time to feel hopeless, when there's so much work to do.
All right. I just need to.
We have a couple more. Oh, careful! A couple more songs for you here. And
Couple three. No.
oh, those are in the same key. That's why that works.
Couple 3, 4, 16.
Yeah, maybe.
Okay,
I just
well,
have to
we'll
do a quick tuning on my bottom string.
Okay.
So
We heard the most wonderful song written by a woman named Zoe Mulford, who lives in England, but she's an American woman. We heard her at the annual Folk Alliance, and this song, just every verse of it speaks to us. And I don't know, some of you were at the house concert we gave a week ago with Winborn, and Winborn sings this song with
Zoe Mulford online, and it's a wonderful recording. And we decided that we could probably do it with 3 parts, and so we're going to try it. It's just a great song. That's all I'm going to say.
You start it, and
I
I'll
need
join
a
you.
key.
Oh.
There is an end to everything. The breath we take and the songs we sing, and the last note rings and dies away, but the song stays sung till the end of day. And all we do may be undone, but love stays love, and the song stays sung. Love stays love, and the song stays sung. Oh, astronomers can never chart the constellations of the heart, and lovers part and lovers pine, but the love stays love till the end of time. And all we do may be undone, but love stays love, and the song stays sung. Love stays love, and the song stays sung. In every life it's a brief bright spark that dies and seems to leave no mark. So we curse the dark and mourn the flame, but the things they showed us still remain. And all we do may be undone, but love stays love, and the song stays sung. Love stays love, and the song stays sung.
And I've been told that we are made of dust cast off when stars decayed, and the bodies fade that once were ours, but the dust goes on to make new stars. And all we do may be undone, but love stays loved, and the song stays sung. Love stays loved, and the song stays sung.
Oh, there is darkness in these hills. I am not afraid. There is darkness in these hills. I am not afraid. There is darkness in these hills. Oh, some may tremble. I am still. Hope lives in these quiet hills. Always hope. Sing it. Hope lives in these quiet hills. And there is darkness in the land. I see the taste of hope. There is darkness in the land. I seek the taste of hope. There is darkness in the land with sorrows more than we can stand. But hope lives in these quiet hills. Ooh. And there is darkness in my heart, but the taste of hope is sweet. There is darkness in my heart, oh, the taste of hope is sweet. There is darkness in my heart, yet I can feel the healing star. Hope lives in these quiet hills.
in these hills. I'm not afraid.
I am not afraid.
There is darkness in these hills. Though some may tremble, I am still. Hope lives in these quiet hills. Oh, hope lives in these quiet hills. Hope lives in these quiet hills. Yeah. Thank you so
Thank
much
you
for
so
coming
much.
tonight.
Howie Burson,
Woo-hoo, Sally Roger.
Claudia Schmidt,
Yeah.
Barry back there, and Mark on the sound.
Thanks for coming.
Thank you, everybody,
Thanks
so
out
much
there
for
in
coming.
Live stream land. Woohoo! Okay, we got one more.
We got one more.
A good
Yeah.
one to send you on your way with.
This is a
actually.
good one for you leaving here because, you know, as I said, we have a new friend from Germany, and she needs to be taught about the dangers of the road out here. And so we'd like to sing you this song from the Upper Peninsula of Michigan, which, let's see, that's that way for you, I guess. No, it's that way for you, I guess. And over here is Ironwood. Ironwood is west of Madison, for those of you not familiar with the geography of my fine state and hers.
So this is these are songs about how you can be afraid of something, but there are ways that you can prepare. You know, I was just looking at some old notes of mine from when I was traveling out on the West Coast for the first time, and I was on the Pacific Coast, and you're like right at the edge, you know, it's just going down these cliffs. And there are all these signs about what's going on there. And don't do this. If you go down there, you're going to get caught in this tide. And then at the end of all these things, it would say, few survive. I think I saw about 5 signs that always ended with, few survive. And it's like, God, guess what? None of us do.
So driving on the roads here, probably most of us have had this experience already, and if you haven't, this is a cautionary tale.
And especially for Katya.
Yeah.
I hope you don't mind when an old woman sings. It helps me to keep my mind on things. So when I go where the animals thrive, I sing this song on the treacherous drive. Dem deer dare here, dem dare 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 here, dare 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 everywhere. Dem deer dare here, dem dare 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 here, dare 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 everywhere. At dawn in fields and coniferous groves, bucks and does come alive in droves. Just when you think that the coast is clear, there in the road is a white-tailed deer. Dem deer dare here, dem dare 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 here, dare 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 everywhere. Dem deer dare here, dem dare 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 here, dare 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 everywhere. In venison land as the day goes by, deer lay low when the sun is high. Sun goes down and night draws near, twilight brings out the white-tailed deer. Dem deer dare here, dem dare 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 here, dare 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 everywhere. Dem deer dare here, dem dare 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 here, dare 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 everywhere. Bucks bed down where the tall grass grows, fawns they doze where de doze does doze 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 dare doze 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 here, and those are the habits of the white-tailed deer. Dem deer dare here, dem dare 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 here, dare 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 everywhere. Dem deer dare here, dem dare 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 here, dare 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 everywhere. Dem deer dare here, dem dare 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 here, dare 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 everywhere. Dem deer dare here, dem dare 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 here, dare 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 everywhere. Dem deer dare here, dem dare 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 here, dare 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 everywhere. Dem deer dare here, dem dare 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 here, dare 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 everywhere. Be careful now.
Claudia Schmidt.
Thank you so much. Sally Rogers and Howie Burson.
Thank you so much.
What a blast. Thanks.